Each year at this time, as temperatures begin to rise, our thoughts often turn to summer and lazy days by the sea. But there are other folks in our area who are concerned with the ocean all year round. Tonight on News 12, we begin a special four-part Closer Look series on the oceans and the efforts that residents of southwestern Connecticut are making to unlock the secrets of the deep. Frank Boris is here now to tell us about some experimental programs launched by one area industry. Frank.
Sarah, the first thing I learned is that coming back from an assignment like this one is not very easy. That's probably because my story took me to Disney World, more specifically, the Living Seas Pavilion at the Epcot Center. Believe me, I've had worse assignments. While I was there, what I found out was that with the use of new technology and extensive research, the mysteries of the ocean will eventually provide us with resources that will touch all our lives. The sprawling 260-acre Epcot Center featuring exhibits about the future has become the most popular offering at the famous Walt Disney World amusement park. AT&T, General Electric, and Exxon are just a few of the corporations here at the Epcot Center with showcases that highlight everything from man's history to the future. But now there's a new exhibit here drawing record crowds that has its roots in Connecticut. It's the Living Seas Pavilion, sponsored by United Technologies, the defense-oriented corporation which is based in our state. UT officials say the pavilion was built to instill a better understanding of man's reliance on the seas and to explore our past and future relationships with the oceans around us. The exhibit has been extremely popular, drawing 1.3 million visitors since it opened in January. Among them were 175 UT employees from Connecticut, who the company flew down last week to take part in the conclusion of the pavilion's dedication ceremonies. But before Robin Scarangella of Norden Systems of Norwalk and her family could pass through its doors, workers spent nearly 2 years building the exhibit, including a 6 million-gallon saltwater aquarium. The man-made mini ocean is stocked with 4,000 marine mammals and fish, including dolphins, sharks, and rays. What makes the facility so special for visitors is that they get a chance to see science in action. The idea here is to simulate an underwater sea base. But as everyone knows, you just don't walk from substation to substation. You have to use a hydrolator. Once off the hydrolators, visitors like the Scarangellas get to see how divers of the future will commute to work in a scuba tube, which carries them to the Underwater Research Center.
They've done a first-class job in this whole exhibit and display, and it's quite a demonstration of the corporation's concerns and interest in the future.
This Westport family also had a chance to discover the mysteries of the ocean through 7 modules which allow visitors to explore life under the sea and to observe the tools scientists will use in the future. The research projects that go on here on a daily basis include mariculture and aquaculture, or the water farming of the seas. That research, aquarium curator Bruce Miller says, can eventually even help cultivators in our area.
You're from the Northeast. Up in the Northeast, there aren't many mariculture projects going relating to shrimp, relating to some real good food value fish, because you haven't been able to control the environment. What we've been able to do is, in our controlled research area, we're able to take care of a few of those problem areas.
In order to cultivate these massive underwater farms, researchers are also developing computerized seawater treatment techniques. The water in this 6 million-gallon tank is recycled every 22 minutes, and it's treated with a special 2,000-ton chemical formula. In addition, water chemists are on hand to make sure nothing goes wrong.
I'll measure 10 or 12 different parameters on a daily basis to make sure that everything is within the norms that we've been able to set up here. And while doing this, such as like the phosphates that I'm working with right now, we make sure that everything is kept within the norms so that all the fish are comfortable as possible, that they're all happy.
The behind-the-scenes researchers here will be conducting experiments that will guide scientists for years to come and may one day lead to the construction of similar subsea stations deep in our oceans. One of the most interesting research projects going on at the Living Seas Pavilion involves work with dolphins. And tomorrow, in the second part of our series, you'll see what they're doing and what they hope to accomplish by working with our mammal friends in the seas. I'm sure you'll find it fascinating.
And for those of us who couldn't be there, who weren't lucky enough, it's certainly the next best thing.
Okay.
Thanks, Frank.
You're welcome.
And what happens in Long Island Sound is directly affected by what happens in the oceans around us. Yesterday, in the first of a four-part Closer Look series, we looked at what one major Connecticut corporation is doing to study the oceans and to increase our awareness of life in the seas. Tonight, Frank Boris takes us literally beneath the surface to learn about a scientific project that requires the help of man's best underwater friend. Frank.
And Sarah, that friend is a dolphin, and researchers from the Living Seas Pavilion at Disney's Epcot Center are using the dolphin to learn more about mammal behavior. They are considered the most intelligent creatures in the ocean, and scientists want to know how they communicate and what traits they share with humans. Here in the Florida Keys, dolphin can be found in abundance, doing the things they do best, playing, feeding on small fish, and generally living a carefree life. And it's here where trainers from the Epcot Center's Living Seas Research Pavilion came to find dolphin and begin training them for their mammal research pool. The trainers were here for months getting to know the dolphin before transporting them to their new home. And when it came time to leave, it was Sikorsky helicopters that airlifted the 5 dolphins. These Stratford-built helicopters were used because Sikorsky's parent company, United Technologies, is a sponsor of the Living Seas Pavilion. Once the dolphin arrived at the pavilion, the first discovery mammal curator Tom Hopkins made was that each dolphin had a distinct personality.
Each one is an individual. We get a lot of questions about how fast can they swim or how high can they jump. And each animal is so different, just like human beings are, that once you really get to know them, just like your dog, you really see those personalities come out. And I think that's what's exciting about dolphins in particular.
And Hopkins says the dolphin's advanced intelligence made the jobs of trainers and researchers much easier. In front of large crowds that come to the Living Seas every day, trainers conduct research on dolphin communication and mammal conditioning, and they expect to use ultrasound in the near future to learn more about the inner workings of these fascinating creatures. At many dolphin aquarium shows, the emphasis is on doing tricks, like jumping through hoops and doing flips. But here, it's entertainment through research and education. Trainer Gretchen Jacobs says the use of computers has been very helpful in dolphin communication research.
With the computer, we can come up with a computer-synthesized language. It won't be English, it won't be dolphin, something in between that we can, number one, hope to learn more about their communication, and number two, communicate better with them.
One of the surprising things to come out of Gretchen's work is the close friendship that has developed between her dog Kai and the dolphins.
What we're learning is another form of communication. The animals, the dolphins in particular, can communicate in such a way that we have yet to even come close to understanding, that they can also do it with different species like the dog. They're communicating their playful attitude to Kai.
In the near future, the dolphin may have even more company in their marine mammal environment because trainers plan to incorporate sea lions into their research. And soon after that, the mammal facility here is scheduled to become an open lab for independent scientists to uncover more of the dolphins' intriguing secrets and perhaps become better friends with the smartest creatures in the seas. It's very possible that the mammal facility at the Living Seas Pavilion will make some startling finds in the near future, the most exciting of which could be deciphering the dolphin language. When they do figure it out, I'm sure the dolphin will have some interesting stories to tell. Hopefully we'll be there to listen.
Okay, well, Frank, I want you to know you're not the only traveler around here. Next week, we'll be taking you to the island of Bonaire.